Guys, what is good? Bobby Baz is back again with another video. They dropped these ratings for MUT 20. Just got off work. I had to hop on this. We're going to take a look at just kind of the screenshots that we took of just like the top echelon guys. So if somebody is missing, they might have just missed a cut, or they're just really that bad. Quarterbacks first. Not many elites to start off this year. A handful, like 7, 8, or 9 of them. But the golds that are just missed the elite are Mayfield, Watson, Wentz, Goff, and Cousins. This is insane to me. I don't think these guys watch football. Okay, so Cousins is bad, whatever. But Goff, Wentz, Watson, and Mayfield are right up there with anybody else. So for them to not be elite, it's kind of ridiculous to me. But, Newton gets an 80, just gets the elite. Okay, no big deal. Newton's a good player, but I don't think he's better than Watson, Mayfield, or Carson. I think it's a little ridiculous. Matty Ice next 82. I'm sorry, I skipped over Big Ben at 81. So Big Ben 81. Good guy, good player. Kind of crappy teammate, like I said. But in the other video, nobody really wants to play with that guy. He's got his head screwed on loose. But he's getting old, man. So is that really something that you want on your team? I don't think so. But I don't think he's an 81. He played good last year, but I have no idea. Ryan 82. Okay, that's a feasible card. I think Wilson 83 might be the best bang for your buck if he's not going for too much. I think just his mobility early and kind of just like he can make plays and kind of do something on his feet where these kind of top guys outside of Newton and Watson, none of them really have speed. And like I said before, I remember I had a Cam Newton that was a 99 or something like a high card like that. I think it was his MVP season, and he was just so bad, just like threw the ball in the dirt. And just something about Madden, just some guys that just forced to play bad. I can't think of another example off the top of my head, but Cam Newton's definitely one of them. They definitely have something against Cam Newton, but definitely weird to me. But anyway, I think Wilson is a good get for the start of the year. I think that unless his throw power is so bad that it's unusable, that he'll probably be John and mine's starting quarterback to start the year. Rodgers 83. Okay, Rodgers, is he the top 3 quarterback? Yes. In this, he's not. Why does it have Russell Wilson twice? Oh, Russell Wilson must have 2 cards. Okay, I'm sorry. But Andrew Luck 84. Okay, Luck had a pretty good year, bounce back year. Him and T.Y. Hilton are definitely a force to be reckoned with. So 84. I think his throw power normally is good. His cards normally have pretty good throw power. So that's a card that I could definitely see John and myself using. Drew Brees is another one, just based off of Cam Newton, that just always plays bad. I don't know what it is. A year or two ago, he had like a playoff throwback or a playoff legend card, and it was just so bad. I just hated using it. I just never could get in a rhythm with him. I just felt like he would just miss easy throws and just like wasn't mobile enough for me. I love the mobile quarterback. I love the idea of nothing's open. All right, let me make something of this. So Brees is probably a guy we won't use. Philip Rivers is an interesting one. I'm obviously not the biggest Philip Rivers fan if you watched any of my other videos. However, 85 to start Madden 20, that's pretty good. You look, he's the 4th best quarterback non-legend to start off the year. You can't really beat that. So 85, I think okay. If his throw power is good enough, I think it's a card that if it isn't too expensive, that we'll definitely check out this year. But if his price is too big, I don't think it'll be worth it. The Team Builder's 86. I missed the stream because I was at work, so I don't really know what a Team Builder is or how you get it. But if it's something easy to get, I would definitely be super excited to try that 86 Russell Wilson. And then this one I think is funny. I think Brady obviously all time, and Brady's legacy is better than Patty Mahomes. But just I don't know what Madden's how they look at it. Is it a 3-year span? MLB is like a 3-year span, but I think that NFL. I think Madden is just based off of last year. So if it's just based off of last year, I don't know how Mahomes. He's in at least the same, if not better, than Brady for this year. Just going based off of last year, I mean, Mahomes did things that were unthinkable, and for him to be not the highest rated quarterback, I think is a little stupid. I would have him as an 88 along with Brady. But again, Mahomes, just with his throwing power and his sneaky athleticism, he's obviously not going to have crazy speed, especially day one. But if the hole's there, you can definitely hit it with him. If it's a 3rd and 1, you kind of spread him out. I think you can kind of sneak that QB draw that I like so much. But I would put him as an 88. I'd put him right there with Brady. But let's move over to the running backs. All right, we flipped it to the running backs. Kick it off, 81, James White. Definitely a really good player. Definitely a versatile player, 81. If he's my third down back to start the year, I'm not mad about that. Especially with there's a lot of elite running backs this year. It's one of the only positions that I feel like has a lot of elites. Outside of running back and receiver, there's not many that have a lot of elites. So I think James White could find a way, but there's so many options at elite that he could kind of fall through the cracks. But he might be a decent situational player for your team. 81, Philip Lindsay had the breakout rookie year. Excuse me. I think he played really well. I think 81 is a fair overall. David Johnson, 82. I think that's solely out of respect, just of what he's capable of. He had a really off year last year. I mean, they kind of recognize what scenario he was in. Devontae Freeman, 82. Okay, he's a good player. I'm not crazy about him. I don't think he's the best, but 82, I'm fine with that. It's a little weird for me not to see Nick Chubb on here. I think he is an 80. I think he's an elite. He just missed the screenshot capture. But I think that's a little silly. I think he's right up there with these guys. But anyway, Joe Mixon, 82. Again, good player. I think he has a breakout year. If you're a fantasy player, I think Joe Mixon's a guy you target. Me and Corey, me and John were talking about just the Bengals. And I had this weird feeling about the Bengals this year. I don't know why. If it's because they don't have Marvin Lewis's bald self anymore or what it is. But I really feel like they have a chance to do something this year and really compete. And that goes on the back of Joe Mixon. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so next is Chris Carson's 82. Not crazy about Chris Carson. He gets a lot of rushing attempts. Seattle's main thing is to run the ball, except when on the 1 yard line, then they pass and get picked off. But they feed Chris Carson's a lot. I'm not crazy about Chris Carson's. I don't think he's an 82. Anyway, look, that's not what I'm trying to get here. How in the world is Alvin Kamara in 83? Do they realize how good he is? Do they? I think they flipped Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara's stats. I honestly gotta think this. I think they meant to make Mark Ingram in 83 and meant to make Kamara in 86. How in God's name is Alvin Kamara in 86? He's just as good as any other running back in the game. He's easily a top 3 running back in the NFL. He's insane. He does it all. He can catch. He can run the ball. He can run between the tackles. He's such a skilled player. The idea that he is where he's at is a joke. It's disgusting to me. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Ravens. That's the Ravens team builder, Mark Ingram. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's take a step back. That's not his base card. I'm sorry. However, I think Kamara is better than 83. I think he's right up there with Zeke and Bell. But moving on, Hunt, 83, suspended for the first half of the year. That obviously doesn't translate into MUT. But 83 for Hunt. He's definitely a great player. Just got to get his head cleared. Just got to get that stuff cleared off. And I think he's on the path to do that. And then Saquon as well at 83. I mean, Saquon popped off last year. Really good player. Last year we had his rookie premiere. So I probably won't touch this card just because I played so damn much. Between him and Ricky Williams, I'm kind of all running back out with those two guys. So I'll look for somebody else. Kamara at an 83 overall. That's definitely something that I'm going to target. We had this card before, and it was really good. And, I think that's fair. It's a fair target for us. I think that's a realistic running back, especially to start. Especially, I don't know what the hell we're going to pull. I don't know how the pack odds are this year. I'm sorry. But him, and I'm not going to touch Saquon. But 84, Melvin Gordon. I think that's fair. I think he's a really good player. He's looking for a pay increase at the time of recording. Let's see if he gets it. That's definitely a big question mark. But I mean, he's a game changer. He's definitely a good player. It's good to see. It's nice to see him get some respect. Up there with him is CMC 84. Christian McCaffrey really didn't have a first half of the season. He might as well not even played the first 6 games, but really turned it up. Once he got going, he got going. His quarterback was obviously banged up the whole year. Cam had the shoulder thing, but Christian McCaffrey 84. I think that's fair. He's another guard that in Melt is really good. So unlike his quarterback Cam Newton, who for some reason in Madden is always bad, we had CMC last year as like a third down guy, and he was really good. But when we ran the ball, we ran some like draws and stuff with him. He always did well. So that's another card that if you're watching Madden on my channel, you could probably expect to see a lot of. Le'Veon Bell 85 took the year off, but I mean obviously you can't take anything away from Bell. It'll be nice to see what he does, especially in New York. The big question mark that team they could make the playoffs, they can miss it. They could, go 4-12. They can miss the playoffs pretty bad. So they're definitely a wild card team, and again, that kind of goes on the back of Le'Veon Bell. But I think 85 is a fair overall for him, and it looks like it's a team builder for Mark Ingram. I can't see what that is for Lamar Miller. It's blurred, but I really hope that's not his base card. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that it's not. If it is, I might not buy Madden this year. And then Zeke, right up there, 86. Obviously Zeke's a top 3 running back. So if Gurley's an 87, I would say Zeke's an 87. But, in this year's game, they give the age to Gurley. Both obviously amazing cars. Both obviously cars that if you can afford them, you're probably going to want them. Zeke also might hold out. That'll be interesting to see. But I think the running backs are fairly rated outside of Kamara. I think Kamara should be right up there with Zeke and Todd Gurley. And then team builder Tyreek Cohen. Again, I don't know how easy these team builders are going to be to get. I can't imagine they're going to be easy on the count that, he's the second best running back in the game. And Russell Wilson was the third best quarterback. So these team builders are obviously something that's going to be hard to get to. We're going to flip it over to the receivers now after looking at the running backs. I got Jules down there. I think it's an 83. Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP, definitely coming off a big year. He's definitely one of the best slot receivers. He's always a good card to have. If you need someone to possession catch, kind of get a first down, Julian Edelman is definitely a guy for that. And then Mike Evans, T.Y. Hilton, and A.J. Green, 83. I think that's a little ridiculous. I think T.Y. Hilton should be up a little bit more. I think in that 85, 86 range is more where I view T.Y. Hilton at least. Mike Evans, I think, is fair at 83, and A.J. Green at 83. They both have pretty bad quarterbacks, so it's kind of hard for them to do anything. So 83 is all right, whatever, that's fine. Diggs at 84, definitely disagree with this. I don't think he's as good as people think he is. Obviously, he's good. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He obviously should be an elite. But I put him down a little bit lower, maybe 82, 83. I don't think he's better than T.Y. Hilton. I don't think he's better than Mike Evans. I don't think he's better than A.J. Green. But I do think he's better than Julian Edelman. So I would take him down 3 pegs and put the other 3 guys up, maybe a little bit up more. Next, 84, Devontae Adams and... 84, we don't talk about Diggs, so now we're on to Adams. Sorry about that. Devontae Adams, 84. Okay, really showed out last year, but again, is this off a 1-year taste? Is it off 2 years? I don't really know how they crunch the numbers. If it's just off of last year, he should be up there with anybody else. He really popped off, really had a great year. But 84 for now. I think, I don't know, I'm not crazy about him in Madden. I don't know how good he's going to be. I don't know what it is about him. It's just not like, it doesn't do it for me. If he gets a team of the week early on, I could see myself picking him up, but I probably won't touch it at 84. 85s are Thielen, Tyreek Hill, and Michael Thomas. Sorry about that, guys. Tyreek Hill is obviously going to have Tyreek Hill, it doesn't matter. Tyreek Hill is going to have crazy speed. He's going to be a blazing speed. He's definitely a great card to have week 1. You just throw him in the slot and run drives with him just because all the corners and DBs are just so slow that they can't keep up with them. So unless someone's using over the middle, which 95% of the people you're playing are going to be using over the middle, but if for some reason they're not, if they're stuck on the D-line, he might get open every single time just based off his speed. Michael Thomas, 85. We had Michael Thomas last year. I forget what his card was, but he was really good. I think Michael Thomas, 85 is fair. He's a really good receiver. Thielen started out the year so crazy, kind of slowed down. 85 though. He's like Julian Edelman. He's a good possession guy, but he's not going to beat anyone over the top. He's not going to do anything crazy. Moving along here, not much to say about these guys. I think the receivers are kind of fairly rated. Jules has got the team builder 86. Again, I'm really curious about those team builders. Julio 86, OBJ 86, Keenan Allen 86. All right, so I think Keenan Allen's a little high. I definitely think he's really good. But I don't think he's up there with OBJ and Julio. I think they're a step above him. So I think that's a little high for my blood on Keenan Allen. But OBJ and Julio, I think are fairly rated. I think they're right up there. They're definitely the 3rd and 4th best receivers in the league. Antonio Brown, 87. That's a little high for me too. Obviously, he's really good. Cover athlete last year. So, they got to throw him some respect. But one of the highest rated cards we've seen so far, D-Hop 88, going to be a monster card, especially to start off the year. If you can get your hands on that, I would definitely keep it. I would definitely try and use it the most. But not really much to say on these receivers. Definitely a handful of elites. You'll see when we get into the next couple positions, elites get pretty scarce. All right, speaking of scarce elites, tight ends, not many to start the year off as elites. Austin Hooper, Jack Doyle, Rudolph, all going to be golds. I think that's fair. You know, I definitely don't think they're elite. I don't think they're top tier tight ends. But I think that's a fair rating for those guys, along with Vance McDonald, who I'm not crazy about. You know, he had that one good game, but I don't think he's up there with Rudolph, Doyle, and Hooper. Tyler Eifert is kind of a big question mark. You know, can he stay on the field? But a decent card. This is just mind blowing to me. What does Eric Ebron need to do to be an elite? He has to have. No, it doesn't. I would assume that he would be the Colts team builder. He's not. He had so many touchdown catches last year. I mean, the disrespect on Eric Ebron's name is ridiculous. He really showed out. I mean, multiple touchdown games last year. For him not to be right up there with the rest of them is disgusting to me. Anyway, that's just ridiculous. That's just anyway. Yeah, and come on, guys, he's better than Jordan Reed. Like, save me this nonsense. Anyway, so Jared Cook and Trey Burton also 79s. So there's a lot of guys that are 79s, just missed that elite tier. But I mean, overalls really don't mean too much. I'm definitely going to have Ebron at least as my third tight end for probably the majority of the year, just because of the disrespect EA showing him. So I'm going to have to show him some love, I guess. Burton really didn't show up all year. Cook did, so I don't think they're on the same level. And then I don't think Vance McDonald's on the same level as the rest of these guys, honestly. So whatever. Jordan Reed 80. That thing is ridiculous. It's not even the idea about being injured or healthy. He just can't play. When he plays, he's bad. I don't want him. I'm not going to touch that. Unless he has good speed. He probably has decent speed. If he has decent route running, maybe. Greg Olsen 81. I think that's fair. You can't take anything away from Greg Olsen, but he's not a crazy muck guy. I mean, there's not that much speed on him. His route running might be decent, but that's not somebody I'm going to touch. There's 82. George Kittle is definitely something I could see myself using, especially the beginning of the year. His speed's probably right compared to the linebackers that he might get matched up on. He'll probably slash you over the middle. It's definitely a good card to have. I think 82 is a little disrespectful for George Kittle. Obviously, they threw him the team builder 86, but I mean, he was the best tight end last year. He broke the record for yards, I think John was telling me. I mean, that's crazy. How could he be an 82? Delaney Walker, 83. Was out the whole year last year, so I don't know how he could be better than George Kittle, who had arguably one of the best seasons at a tight end. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. Delaney Walker, decent card. Probably won't touch him. Zach Ertz, 84. This is a little ridiculous to me that he's 2 overalls less than Kelsey. I would have them at the same. Obviously, an Eagles fan. I would have them at the same or maybe a 1 gap between those. But 84 Zach Ertz is definitely going to be a decent card to use to start the year, especially with tight ends kind of being so thin this year. I'm definitely looking to try him out just because he's an Eagle, and I love him. And then the team builder, Delaney Walker, which is 3 overalls better than his base card, so just get his base card. Travis Kelce, 86, the top dog for base tight ends. He's always been a good card. We had his one card, I forget what it was, a couple years ago, and he was a monster. So he'll definitely be a good. 86 might not seem high, but in comparison to others, it's pretty high. And then 86 team builder George Kittle. Again, these team builders are the biggest question mark. If there's something that's doable and manageable, you'll see a ton of them on my team just because of how high overall they are compared to everyone else. But I don't know how easy they are to manage. Let's move over to the offensive tackles. Moving along to the tackles now. We'll probably just do the guards and centers, make an offensive and defensive video. So make sure you check out the channel for the defensive video. It'll be on after this. But I don't know that much about other teams' offensive tackles. I only know a few. So we'll kind of just skip through. I'll probably only talk about 3 or 4 guys here. But Laramie Tunsil, 80. Corey John, whatever his name is, CJ, is a Dolphins fan. 80 overall. He's not crazy about Tunsil, but it's just weird to me that Ebron couldn't get an elite, but Tunsil does. I don't think that makes any sense to me. We'll skip to the birds because obviously I'm an Eagles fan again. So I think Kelsey's fair in 81, maybe 82. I would have him. He's a veteran. He's kind of fallen off the wagon though. It's probably time to move away from him. I think Dillard's going to step nicely in that spot. That's a whole other conversation. But I think Lane Johnson 82 is a little silly. I would have him much higher. I'd probably have him in the 87, 86 range. I think he's one of, if not the best offensive tackles in the league. I mean, he's a mauler. He gets it done. He goes against some of the best pass rushers, and he kind of beats them all. But, Tyron Smith's up there like he is every year. along with David Bakhtiari, or however you say his name, and Tyron Smith. They're kind of the standard offensive tackles that you see at the top of Madden every year. The main thing I'm looking for my Madden cards, man, is impact block. How long can you hold that block? I don't care if you're so good at run blocking. If you lose a block in a second, well, that doesn't help me any. So it's all about holding the blocks and kind of not getting beat so fast. All right, we'll be brief here with the interior linemen. I feel there's not much to say. It's kind of the same guys that you've been seeing for the most part. Outside of Jason Kelce, he's kind of a more recent thing. But I mean, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, DeCastro, Hudson, Yonda, Brooks, Mack. I mean, these guys have all been top-tier interior linemen for the past 5-6 years of like Mutt's existence, at least my existence in Mutt. But I mean, these are the same guys that you always see. Nelson's on the come up. I definitely think this time next year that he'll be right up there with the rest of them. I think he's a really great player. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I just wanted to add the interior lineman just in case that you didn't have access to Mutthead for whatever reason and you wanted to see these guys and you couldn't see them. There's your overalls. There's your kind of take a look at it. I think they're fair. Again, it's hard to tell with interior linemen because you don't really know how much they're doing, how much they're not doing. I feel like that's the hardest positions to judge is that guard position. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. If you got to the end of this video, comment chicken gumbo for me so I know that you made it all the way to the end. My name is Bobby Baz. I'm out. I will talk to you guys soon. Make sure you check in Friday night at 10 o'clock, twitch.tv/Bobby_Baz. We'll be live streaming. There'll be a link in the description. We'll be opening packs. We'll be playing some draft champions, grinding some solos. It'll be John and myself. We'll be grinding. I appreciate it, guys. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. Again, if you made it to this point, chicken gumbo. I can't stress that enough. Chicken gumbo, so I know that you're a trooper. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me. I'm excited for Madden 20. I hope you are too. Peace.